So I saw these online and wanted to check them out. It's the New Balance 1906R and it's the Licorice colorway, and the box reads 1906RRA. And I just like the look of these. I think there's three pairs that came out at the same time, just released over the last couple of days, and this pair looked actually the nicer one to me. And usually I'm not that much into sort of purple kind of color, but this one's, I don't know, it just sort of spoke to me. I think the other one had like a light blue color, and there was also another pair as well, which I can't remember the colorway of it, but this one I think is the nicer version. And the reason why I picked it up is it's a 1906R, which I like, and just wanted to sort of see them in hand and see what the colorway was like. It was interesting. And then basically, because most of this is similar to the gold and black pair that I have with the white mesh, but the mesh on here is more of a sort of sail color, which is quite nice, and not seen that on a 1906R. And then the colorway itself is the kind of metallic underneath, which is different to the black and gold pair, because usually it's these black lines that are the different color. And then also the heel cage containment area, that basically is like this kind of beige grey color, which is nice. And then the midsole's this almost sort of yellowy sail color, it's like a darker sail. And then to kind of just completely hit off the sneaker, you got the yellow N-ergy system. So it's just another cool 1906R, and I just really love what New Balance are doing at the moment. It seems to be, you know, like a lot of the colorways just seem to work well, especially with the 1906R. And over the last sort of 3 or 4 months, they've released a ton of 1906Rs and 1906Us, and they've all looked really good. And so I'm really impressed with the colorways and the different versions that are coming out. And it's not like a shoe that's going to be sort of robust, because the mesh on this isn't the greatest of quality, but I think for summertime it's perfect. And they are just really comfortable as well. It's one of the most comfortable sneakers I've put on, because it's more sort of neutral comfort rather than sort of performance comfort, and it just means that you get enough stability, but also enough cushioning as well. So it feels like, you know, you can kind of walk in these all day and not have any sort of issues, and that's perfect, you know, for how I tend to use my footwear. But all in all, another great one from New Balance, and really sort of applaud them. So here are the details for the New Balance 1906R Licorice. It comes in a Licorice, Moonbeam and Castlerock colourway. And these have a ABZORB midsole, and just allows sort of impact protection and cushioning as well. And the N-ergy is the sort of gel-like substance around the heel area, and that basically, again, is mainly for sort of shock absorption, and when you're sort of walking, you kind of feel that bit of softness and give that's coming from the N-ergy gel system. And it also has a stability web outsole TPU plate, so that's on the middle of the outsole. And it's made up of a mesh and synthetic upper materials, and the price was £150. So with the comfort and sizing, these are on the sort of soft to medium side in my opinion, so they feel really nice on feet and very neutral at the same time, and they sit slightly sort of lower to the ground as well, which is quite nice. And they also have great arch and heel support as well, because of the fact that it's one of the sort of newer sort of 2K runners. It's one of those ones that it has kind of more up-to-date tech in there. And I think you can go true to size in these. I tend to go half size up just because I have a bit of a wide foot, but there's no reason why you couldn't go true to size. But I just feel like you just get a little bit of extra space in the toe box just by going up half size. And with these, there's no wearing time because of the mesh upper, and it should be sort of good to go. And I think the traction is very good on these as well, so I never experience any issues with any ones that I wear, no sort of slippages or things like that. And I imagine they would also be sort of good for running as well. So with the look and style, it's another one of those futuristic 2K runners, and I personally really like the style. I prefer the style of this over the 2002R. This is more you know, sort of more angular and straight lines, whilst the 2002R's got more on the sort of curvy lines and more of the sort of classic New Balance sort of silhouette, I suppose. But out of the two models, I prefer this model. And this is a good one for spring, summer, in my opinion, because it's mainly sort of mesh material and it's lightweight. I wouldn't really be wearing these sort of autumn, winter time. I just think they don't hold up that well, and I won't give you that much sort of protection from the rain. And I think these are sort of good casual trainers. There's a certain kind of person that can probably dress these up smart casual, but that probably isn't me, for example. But I kind of prefer just sort of wearing these with like jeans and you know, joggers, things like that, and also shorts during the summer. And with the laces, you can go for sort of loads of different options, really. I think grey would obviously look nice. You've got kind of this whitey sailed type colour in the laces at the moment, but there's no reason why you couldn't go for the purple, the kind of sort of matching that sort of purple licorice colour on the medial and lateral side of the sneaker. So with the final thoughts, I like the licorice colour on this one. That's what attracted me to this sneaker, and it has a little bit of sort of shiny material going towards the forefoot sort of toe box area. And that's quite nice. It sort of slightly sets it off, and it's not too sort of in your face. And this licorice colour seems to be sort of a bit dulled down. There's two other models that are released as part of this pack, and they all look really nice. But this is one that sort of grabbed me the most. And like I said, the yellow as well on the outsole really sort of hits it off as well. It just looks different. And I do like the 2K runner aesthetics anyway, so I'm a big fan of the 1906R. And I think these are like probably the most comfortable trainers to wear sort of on a neutral basis. I don't think there's anything else that, in my opinion, sort of competes with these. And also like the Ortholite insoles that they provide with these ones, and it seems to be a common occurrence with a 1906R most of the time, apart from say the protection pack. But usually sort of the GR versions come with the Ortholite insole, and I think they're quite nice actually. Cons, I think the cost at 150, it's kind of asking a bit too much for like a mesh runner, in my opinion. So with the ratings, I think the look and style for this one is a 5 out of 5. I mean, I really like this silhouette anyway, and this particular colourway, I think it stands out as one of the better ones in my opinion, and is kind of up there with some of the others. And the comfort, I'll give it a 5 as well. I think again, it's just neutral comfort. It's low to the ground, and it provides that sort of enough softness as well that when you're walking, you know, your foot feels never sort of fatigued, and you can kind of wear these all day. And it's a good one to sort of, you know, take if you're, you know, going on holiday, and also just going on for like long walks or casual walking, that kind of stuff. It's just awesome for that. And the quality, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Even though it's a GR, I like the fact that they've got all these sort of different colours on there, and the sneakers are, in my opinion, really well made as well. But I think what lets it down is the material choices themselves, but there's not much you can do about that. And the pricing, just it's probably priced a bit too high. I think if they retailed at about 130, I think there would be a better place, but at 150 they're a bit on the expensive side. But overall, I still give it a 5 out of 5. I think it's one of those nicer 1906Rs, and like I said, there's a few that I think are really, really nice, and that's like the silver and royal colour and the silver and gold colour. However, this one is also really nice because it's got different sort of contrasts, and it's not too sort of in your face, and it's quite sort of understated at the same time, which is kind of what New Balance are good at.